Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Vedic Heritage. On this auspicious Janmashtami, Vedic Heritage presents the Balamukundashtakam. This Stotra praises the childhood mischief and miracles of the endearing child Krishna. The Stotra will be explained in detail, followed by the chant. The Balamukundashtakam describes Sri Krishna as an avatara, simultaneously a child and supreme divinity. Each verse describes a visual which endears and helps us connect emotionally with Sri Krishna as a child. Verse 1. Karara vindena padara vindam mukhara vinde viniveshayantam. Aravinda means lotus, and here it is used to describe the kara, hand, pada, foot, and mukha, mouth. The comparison here is to the pink color and the soft texture of a lotus petal. Baby Krishna takes his lotus-like hand, Kararavinda, and pulls his lotus-like foot, Padaravinda, and inserts it into his lotus-like mouth, Mukharavinda. Like every small baby, Sri Krishna too loves to suck on his big toe. Vatasya patrasya puteshayanam. He who sleeps within the folds of the leaf of the banyan tree. Balam Mukundam Manasasmarami. That baby Mukunda. Mukunda is another name for Sri Krishna. Manasasmarami, I remember in my heart. This first verse paints the picture of baby Krishna who lies within the folds of a banyan leaf, holding in his soft, delicate hand the soft pink foot and pushes it into his pink mouth just like any baby would. The poet remembers this form of Krishna called Vatapatrasai, he who lies on a banyan leaf. Verse 2. Samhritya lokan Vatapatra madhye, having brought together all the worlds into the middle of the banyan leaf. Shayana madhyanta vihina rupam, lies this form who is devoid of beginning and end. Here we see a reference to the story of sage Markandeya's vision of Pralaya, the dissolution of all worlds and time itself. Within this dissolution, on the celestial waters of Pralaya, he sees a smiling, innocent baby floating on a banyan leaf. The baby inhales the sage, and within the baby, he sees the complete universe and all that which had existed before the Pralaya. This form of Vishnu is called Vatapatrasai. The story is seen in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vishnu Purana, and also in the Mahabharata. Sage Markandeya then understood that this baby was the Supreme Godhead, who brings forth creation at first and then swallows everything up during Pralaya in the never-ending cycle of creation and destruction. This form of the Supreme Eternal One is mentioned in this verse as Adi Anta Vihina Rupa, one who has neither beginning nor an end. Sarveshwaram, the Lord of everything. Sarva Hitavataram, one who is incarnated for the benefit of everyone and everything. Balam Mukundam Manasasmarami. That baby Krishna I remember in my heart. He who is devoid of beginning nor end, who has collected all the worlds within the banyan leaf, the Lord of all creation, and the one incarnated for the benefit of all. Indivara means blue lotus. Shyamala, Komala, Anga, black, soft body. He who has a dark and soft body like the blue lotus bloom. Archita, Pada Padma. The lotus-like feet are worshipped by whom? Indradi Devaha, Indra and the other Devas. This soft-bodied dark baby is worshipped by all the gods. Santanak, this child, Kalpa Drumam, is like the Kalpa tree. The Kalpa tree is a boon-giving tree. It is one of the trees in Indra's garden. For whom is this child a Kalpa Druma? Ashritanam, for those who seek his refuge. Thus, this soft, dark-bodied baby is worshipped by all the gods because he is like a boon-giving tree. Balam Mukundam Manasasmarami, this child I remember in my heart. Lambalakam means pendulous curls. Lambita Harayashtim is a string of pearls. Here the description of the baby Krishna. Pretty looking curly hair and adorned with a string of pearls. Shringara Leelankita Danta Panktim. He who has a charming smile with neat rows of teeth. Bimbadharam, with lips as red as the bimba fruit. Charu Vishala Netram, charming wide eyes. This beautiful child with curly hair and red lips adorned with pearls, with a charming smile and wide eyes. Balamukundam Manasasmarami. This child I remember in my mind. Shikye, in the pot slings. Nidhayadya Payodadhini, the milk and curd freshly placed in them. Who are the ones who have placed them there? Bahirgatayam, those who have gone out. Vrajanayikayam, the cowherd women. Bhuktva, having eaten, yatheshtam, as much as he wished. Kapatena suptam, pretends to sleep. This child who pretends to sleep after having eaten the milk and curd freshly placed in pot slings by the cowherd women of Vraja. Balamukundam Manasasmarami. This child, this mischievous child, I remember in my heart. Kalindaja is the river Yamuna which originates from Mount Kalinda. Antasthita Kaliyasya, the snake Kaliya who was stationed within this river Yamuna. Phanagra Range, on the top of the hood of the snake which he treats like a stage. Natanapriyantam, one who loves to dance. Tat Puchahastam, holding whose tail in his hand. Sharadindu Vaktram, whose face shines like the large beautiful autumnal moon. This verse refers to the miracle of the young child Krishna facing a monstrous many-headed river snake Kaliya and defeated him by dancing vigorously on his many hoods. This is referred to as Kalinga Natanam, dance on Kalinga or Kaliya. This child Mukunda, who held the tail of the serpent Kaliya and danced with mirth on the stage of his many hoods, this beautiful moon-faced one, I remember him in my heart. Balam Mukundam Manasasmarami. Ulukhale, in the mortar. Baddham Udara Shauryam, the bound one who is noble and heroic. Uttunga Yugmarjuna Bhanga Leelam, one who broke apart the twin Arjuna trees. Reference here is to the miracle when child Krishna was bound to a stone mortar by his mother for his mischief. This seemingly small child pulled a heavy stone mortar along through the garden and between twin Arjuna trees. When he pulled hard to get through, the two trees split apart and out came two Gandharvas who had been cursed to become trees. Thus, Krishna's benevolence relieved them of their curse. Utphulla Padmayata Charu Netram, the wide open, lotus-like charming eyes. Balam Mukundam Manasasmarami. I remember in my mind this wide open, charming-eyed Mukunda, who, in his noble and heroic act, broke apart the twin Arjuna trees when bound to the mortar by his mother. Alokya, having seen, Matur Mukham Adarena, mother's face with gratitude. Stanyam Pibantam, while drinking milk. Sarasiru Haksham, the lotus-eyed one. Sat Chinmayam, he who is the absolute consciousness. Devam Anantarupam, this divine eternal form. Here we see the beauty of an avatara. While Krishna performs all these miracles even as a baby or a child, he still came as an avatara, God bound to a human body. Thus, even though he was heroic and divine at some occasions, mostly he came across as any small child would. This contrast is seen here in the baby who is dependent on his mother for nourishment and is grateful for it. It is the same one who is the absolute consciousness, the basis of all creation, the eternal one, looking at his mother with gratitude while drinking milk. this lotus-eyed one who is the absolute consciousness, the eternal divine form. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. This child Mukunda, I remember in my heart. Kararavindena Padaravindam Mukharavinde Viniveshayantam Vatasya Patrasya Puteshayanam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Samhritya Lokan Vatapatra Madhye Shayanamadyanta Vihina Rupam Sarveshwaram Sarvahitavataram Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Indivarasyamalakomalangam Indradidevachitapadapadmam Santanakalpadrumamashritanam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Lambalakam Lambitaharayashtim Shringara Leelankita Dantapanktim Bimbadharam Charu Vishalanetram Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Shikke nidhayadhyapayodadhini Bahirgatayam vrajanayikayam Bhuktva yatheshtam kapatena suktam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Kalindajanta kaliyasya Phanagrarange natana priyantam Tatpuchhahastam sharadindu vaktram Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Ulukhale baddhamudara shauryam Uttunga Yugmarjuna Bhangalilam Utphulla Padmayata Charunetram Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Alokya Maturmukhamadharena Stanyam Pibantam Sarasiruhaksham Satchinmayam Devamanantarupam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. 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 If you have followed this episode till the end, I would like to share some behind the scene happenings. Preparing the content by unraveling the meaning of this stotra brought to life the baby Krishna as Mukunda, the supreme liberator. Yet, it manages to make you love him as this mischievous child. While this is a chant on baby Krishna, it is also the truth behind his avatara. To convey this dichotomy, visuals were my medium. Since I am releasing this episode on Janmashtami, I decided to use Krishna's birth to depict worldly life. Dark, looming clouds reminiscent of the stormy night of his birth as Krishna into the world of adharma. Maybe this is why Krishna himself was the color of these stormy clouds. Krishna, black. Meanwhile, the bright orange of the sunset is a reminder of the deliverance he promises. I also used the dark sea to depict Pralaya and the cosmic waters on which he reclines as Vatapatra Sai. I conclude this episode by wishing all of you a very auspicious Janmashtami. May Mukunda shower his blessings on all of us. Hari Om.